Hey, what's up? It's Alex. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the jankiest podcast of all time, the Short News Podcast. Today is Thursday, March 26, 2020. Sorry if my voice sounds a little hoarse. I think I have it. I really think I have it. Either that or I just have really like a cold or something. I was gonna record yesterday. I had half of an episode done. We were talking about the coronavirus and talking about relationship advice as we usually do. But unfortunately, something came up, and I had to deal with it swiftly. We sadly had to say goodbye to Rick, the guinea pig, yesterday. We put him to sleep. He was just pretty much falling apart. He's 4.5 years old. The guinea pigs live like 4 to 8 years, so he was there. He was right at it, you know. Still. Really, like, just out of nowhere. He was sick, but we thought he was getting better, and he was, like, starting to eat more, and he was hanging out, and more energetic, but yesterday it just went downhill so fast, and the vet was like, oh, well, we can do this surgery, and then we'll have to do this one, but he might lose a couple teeth in the process, and it's going to be very, like, difficult, and you're going to have to keep medicating him for, like, a long time, and the surgery is going to cost probably on the low end, like, $2,000. I was like, we don't have that. And what, we're going to put him through all of that when he's just, nature is trying to take its toll? No, like, that would be selfish. We just didn't want to say goodbye, but we had to. I made the executive decision to, put him to peace, you know? He's a good piggy, really good piggy. The first pet I ever had in my entire life, other than I had fish growing up. Why are there planes flying out my window right now? I'm trying to talk about my guinea pig. So I had fish growing up, a couple hermit crabs, they all died within a week. Ricky was the first ever fuzzy animal that was ever in my life. And I learned, like, so much about responsibility and about empathy and about, like, taking care of a living thing. And also, like, grew this strong bond, this connection with such a cute little guy, you know? It's gonna be weird now not having him, like, wake me up in the morning with his little noises. His brother is still good, but he's sad. He's really sad. You can tell he misses him. He doesn't understand what's going on. Susie, the cat, doesn't either. She's like, where'd he go? Like, what's going on? You can't really explain to them. They kind of have to figure it out themselves, you know? So, that's why there was no episode yesterday. I was not really in any condition to podcast. It was really sad. Yeah, the rest of the night I just drank and cried. So that's never fun. Couldn't even make a TikTok. I was feeling that shitty. That's when you know it's bad, when you don't have, like, the energy to do things that, like, normally make you feel good. Just absolutely devastated over a guinea pig. But he was an important guinea pig. He was a good man. So, Ricky, wherever you are, we love you. You're a good boy. And I hope there's plenty of celery, carrots and cilantro up there. Oh, yeah, romaine, too. He loves romaine. Pour one out for you tonight, buddy. Oh, man. That was a tough decision to make. I don't know, like, have any listeners ever had to make that decision? To put down your animal? It sucks. It sucks, but, like, you have to. Otherwise, you wouldn't be at that point having to make that decision. Like, you're putting them out of their misery. I keep telling myself that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But he was really not good. Like, I picked him up to bring him to the vet that day, and he just felt empty. I don't know how else to explain it. Just empty. Lighter than the day before. Like, I don't, you don't want to hear this, but I get they're cremating him. If you guys care. If anybody, like, is still listening. Yeah, they cremated him. I'm getting the ashes in 7 to 10 days, so I don't know, I gotta figure out where to put those. I thought, at first I was like, no, I don't want that. What are you, stupid? And it's like, no, maybe not with all my pets, that would just be ridiculous to have a collection of ashes. But with Ricky, it's different, because he was literally like my first real pet. And I had him for like 3.5 years or whatever. Like, 4.5 years old. Had him for a long time. Big part of my life. With me through some really tough times. He became like such a big part of our family. So, that's the guinea pig update. That'll probably, hopefully, be the last one for a while. We're not even thinking about getting more right now. Nimby's gonna need, yeah, that's his name, Nimby. Nimbus, but Nimby for short. He's gonna need a cage mate at some point. Guinea pigs don't like to be alone. It makes them very depressed. They are herd animals. They like to be in packs. We cannot afford a pack. We can get one more, but neither of us is ready for that right now. Like, the humans have to be ready too. It's literally been a day. We need like a month or two, and then with all the social distancing going on, usually we adopt our guinea pigs through, like, not through a pet store, through like a person, whether it be like not on eBay, on the internet somewhere. There's like guineapigfinder.com is a good one. If you're looking for a cute little fuzzy friend, I highly suggest guinea pigs. They're hard to take care of, but they are the cutest little things. They're like little fuzzy jelly beans. How could you not love that? Like, oh. But, yeah, like with the social distancing, it's going to be hard to adopt from, like, person to person, like going to somebody's apartment or something. We won't be able to do that for up to 18 months. So what are we going to do? I really don't know. So yeah, that sucked. Yesterday sucked. And you know what? I had so much on my mind yesterday that the episode that I was halfway done recording wasn't even that good anyways. And listen, I'm really sorry if this one isn't going to be good. Again, my brain is still all over the place. So what do we do? What do we do now? Go over the news? Talk about coronavirus? Do I have it? Do I not? I don't know, I think I'm just sore. Oh, these are some scary ass stories. Okay, yeah, like the pain for me that I'm feeling is like, it's not in my lungs, it's like in my abdomen. So I'm thinking it's just from all the coffee I drink. I might be giving myself an ulcer. That might be a completely separate thing. Also, that and the amount of stress. I have a cough, but I've had a cough for maybe like 3 months. I've had a cough since I started this podcast. So that's not really telling to me. So then it's just shortness of breath. And the shortness of breath only happens when I start watching the news and they start talking about the coronavirus. So I'm under the impression that that is in my head and a part of my anxiety. I think this is just a lot of anxiety having physical manifestations. I hope that's all it is. It's miserable, but I hope that's all it is. So this is getting bad. Let's see where the numbers are. It's going to be hard to keep up though because it's constantly updating now. So, coronavirus cases. Is this the whole pandemic? Everybody? So 492,479 cases, 22,180 deaths, and 119,732 recovered. We have 350,567 active cases, 95% in mild condition, 5% serious or critical. 22,180 closed case deaths, 119,732 closed case recovered. And yeah, so, oh, this fucking plane. Do you hear that? I have a good noise gate on it, but still. So let's go by country. Let's see the United States, and then we'll go UK, because I looked at my analytics. I want to thank the UK listeners that we have. I'm flattered that you guys would listen to some ignorant American talk about whatever's going on with Trump, and I don't know, thank you. Thank you so much. And apparently a lot of females listen to this podcast, and I'm like, what? Why? Like, my advice, I don't think it's very qualified, but if it actually turns out to be helpful, then okay. Anyways, USA, total cases are now up to 68,905. There have been 694 new cases today, 1,037 total deaths in the United States. There have been 10 new deaths, today? And, alright, so total recovered 428. That can't be right. Damn, those are some big numbers. I gotta say, those don't look good. Alright, so the UK, they don't have any reported new cases right now, but 9,529 total cases, 465 total deaths, 135 total recovered, 8,929 active cases, 163 people in critical condition, and let's see. Yeah, that's it. Who else do we want to? Canada. 3,409 total cases, 36 total deaths, 185 total recovered, 3,188 active cases, and 35 people in critical condition. So the numbers really differ depending on what country. I guess Canada did a decent job, because their total cases are not that high compared to us. Italy is 74,386 total, and China 81,285. Damn, Italy is not reporting that many new cases right now. China, 67 new cases today. But Spain is bad with 6,673 new cases reported today. Germany, 3,262. Iran, 2,389. So, to any listeners in Iran, Germany, Spain, Italy, China, wherever you are, I know we got some listeners in Iran. I look at the analytics. Thank you. Really. I'm flattered, again. But stay safe. Really. Stay safe out there. Try to get your hands on, wherever you are, one of those N95 masks. Look on, I found them, guys. I found the N95s. They're on Wish. You know that site that, is kind of sketchy and takes a long time to ship? Mine are coming. They're already in New Jersey, on their way to me. I got Korean N95 masks with, the vent and everything. The valve, or whatever it's called. Yeah, they're intense. I also got some stylish face masks for once this is all over, and I want to continue wearing them and hiding my face. Once people stop targeting Asian people who wear masks. Because, okay, here's my issue. I don't know if any other Asian Americans or Asians in general have this issue, Do you feel like, let me know. Let me know. Reach out at Malix Ador on Twitter. Find me. Reach out. Have you ever, like, no, not have you. Do you feel scared right now to be, like, if you were to go outside, would you feel scared to wear a mask because they're attacking us when we wear masks? Because that definitely intimidates me. Like, we went to the vet yesterday, and to drop off Ricky one final time, and on the walk back, I was thinking, like, damn, I wish we had those masks, but at the same, because, like, everyone around us had them on, but at the same time, I was like, I don't want to get beat up. I don't want anything to happen to Ashley because I'm Asian. Like, that's the way we're thinking right now. Heard about a Chinese woman who was getting beat up just for wearing one of those masks in the subway station. That's disgusting. Guys, we're all suffering from the same virus. Just because it originated in Wuhan, just because somebody ate a bat or something, I don't know how it started. Does anybody? That doesn't mean every Chinese or Asian person is a carrier of the virus. I was born in Danbury, Connecticut, assholes. I've never been out of the country. Except I went to the Bahamas once, but I stayed on a resort the whole time. It was the whitest vacation. But, like, not every Asian person is a carrier of this virus. That doesn't make sense. Not every Asian person is the reason that this virus is a thing. If you really think that blaming an entire race of people, an entire group of people, for a virus, and then targeting them because of that virus, like, if you believe in that and think that's the right thing to do, then I'm talking to you specifically, white people, then I hope somebody one day in the future, when the minorities are no longer the minorities and the minorities are actually the majority, I hope that white people get a little taste of their own medicine a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. Just so they can be like, what? Why is this happening to me? I didn't do anything. Because that's how we feel. Why is this happening? I didn't do anything. Now I can't go outside wearing protection for myself because of who I am? I'm not in control of that. Sorry, I'm Asian. Ugh. Anyways, the virus is getting really bad, and I want to figure out what's going on in my city, because, yeah, I haven't gone outside since yesterday, and I didn't go far. Let's see what's going on in New York City. The death toll has spiked 110% in 36 hours. Oh, fuck. Nurses are wearing trash bags because they're out of supplies. Hospitals are stretched to capacity. I can't get sick. I cannot get sick. Oh, makeshift morgues? Cases doubling every 72 hours. Nurses wearing trash bags for lack of protective personal equipment. PPE. Economic shutdown. Staggering unemployment. Not enough aid. The tri-state area is grappling with a months-long crisis that has shown no signs of slowing down. The curve will flatten eventually, but in the meantime, whole states, cities, and everyday people are just struggling to figure out how to survive. That's just an excerpt from that. That's not me being dramatic. I'm just reading now to you guys. This is not the short news anymore. This is Alex reads the news to you because you're taking a shit and forgot to bring the paper with you. But you brought your phone, so you can listen to me. Damn, that's a stinky one. Ooh. Did you remember toilet paper? Yeah, you better look. Make sure you got that there. Oh, you do? Okay, good. That's good. Proud of you. So, as of Wednesday night, so last night, since it's Thursday today, nearly 33,000 cases had been confirmed in New York, an increase of more than 7,000 from the day before. At least 366 people have died. So yeah, 20,000 cases across the 5 boroughs as of Wednesday night. Oh boy. Biggest increase in deaths the city has seen so far. 28% of what NBC News estimates to be the total fatality number nationwide. This city is gonna need a lot more help. Yeah, people are just dying, just like dying. Like a nursing manager in his 40s died here in the city. Okay, now I'm paranoid. I'm gonna check my temperature really quickly. So if you hear that, that's what's going on. 98.5. This is 98.5. The Cube, the Beat, Los Angeles. I am your host, Alex. Mad Dog. Okay, yeah, they're setting up a makeshift morgue at Manhattan's Bellevue Hospital. Measure used in the past for mass casualty events like 9/11. Their states are working to construct field hospitals to care for non-COVID patients. Cuomo really wants to boost capacity so that the healthcare system can handle more patients. New Jersey's not doing very well either. This is scary. Oh, this just in. De Blasio hopes to reopen New York City public schools on April 20th. Really? Okay, so this article is just from the Daily News saying de Blasio, he hopes to open the public schools on 4/20. 4/20, dude, come on. You think anybody's gonna go that day? That's a national holiday, Bill. You can't do that. But projections though are saying that the pandemic is gonna get worse in April and May. So, are social distancing rules going to be lifted? We don't know. I guess we're going to have to see how this plays out in the coming weeks. But I personally don't think that we're going to be able to start school back up on April 20th. That's just not believable to me. Not realistic. This shit's going to go on for a while. They're saying there's going to be a second wave potentially. But I don't want to talk about this virus anymore because the more I talk about it, the more paranoid I get that I have it. But I know it's probably just me being a smoker. But that makes me paranoid even more because it's like, oh no, like this is probably weakening my immune system. So I don't know. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated. You can follow coronavirus updates on the short news on TikTok at Walkenflugel, spelled like Christopher Walken's last name, and Flugel, Floogle, both on TikTok and Byte, which is the new Vine by the same creators. You guys should really try Byte. That is a fun app. It's Vine all over again. It's literally Vine. It's by the same guy who created it. It works the same way. It's got a couple new features, but it's simple. It's simple 6-second videos. People on there are really nice and support each other and follow each other. You can really blow up on there. That's me shouting out Byte. So, short news has pretty much not migrated, but it's being reported there. Because that makes sense. 6 seconds, short news. The news, short. Podcast doesn't make sense for it to be called the short news. We're still going to do short news on it anyways, but now that we actually have really, really short news on those two apps, we can truly call this the short news. You know, the reason this all started was, if anybody was wondering, because I downloaded this app called Anchor when I was really bored and first moved to the city. I was getting my bearings. I just had like a mental breakdown and gotten out of the hospital and was figuring my life out. And I saw this app called Anchor that It was like, start your own podcast for free, just short little segments. You can do whatever. Have your own show. I was like, hell yeah, I want to have my own show. How easy is that to do? Like, and I looked at what you could do, and I saw that they were focused on like short, mini segments that make up one show, and you like build on that one episode, but you make each like little bite-sized segment, and then that builds into one episode. So I was like, it would be really funny if I did the news really serious, but really short. Like, I only did like, this just in: Donald Trump has dissed so and so. This has been the short news. Goodbye, and just do that. And Anchor actually emailed me. They wanted to use my format, and I gave up on the show for a little while, and I didn't see that email until way later, and by then it was too late. They had already gone with somebody else for their short news, and I was shit out of luck. But, I started getting into podcasts this past year again. I've been in a podcast for the last 5 years, ever since my physics teacher told us he had his own Second Opinion games. You should check them out. That was like 7 years ago now. Damn, I'm old. I am old. So from that, like then on, I've been on and off listening to podcasts, and they've been very therapeutic for me, like listening to these conversations that people have that makes me feel less alone when I am alone or have been. And I love like the Tiny Meat Gang, H3 podcast, the Trailer Park Boys have one, Curtis Connor, like I said, Second Opinion Games, Bill Burr. How could I forget Bill Burr? But I started getting, I started feeling like after TMG read my Bartard story on their podcast and having that contact with them, I was kind of like, damn, I'm out there now. And like, I have so many of these stories to tell. I already have an Anchor account. I already have a show called The Short News Podcast. I could tell the news, but make it more my own thing afterwards and make it like a variety show. And I already had a microphone. I had my computer. I had very little audio production knowledge, but I've been working on that. And I developed this as a hobby. And you'll notice I haven't really been putting as many ads in, and I've been trying to do the fake commercial thing a lot more, just because this is a hobby. This isn't a cash grab. This isn't me making a living. I'm in college. I'm trying to get a job to make a living, to be a teacher. So this is for me mostly. It's for you guys, but originally it started out for me. So there could be a you guys. And again, you guys have made me so happy. Just the fact that there are people out there that think that listening to me go on about my life for an hour is interesting, or they get something out of that, or maybe my advice helps at least like one person get through whatever they're going through. And that's good, right? That's supposed to feel good. It feels good. I don't know, I kind of went on a ramble there, told you a little story about how this all started. But, it's really also the people that came before me, like the Tiny Meat Gang and Bill Burr, that I also have to thank, because they make it look so fun, and it is so fun. I really think, like, if anybody has ideas in their head, like things that they just really want to get out there, that they want to share with the world, but they don't necessarily have like a musical or artistic talent to like make a abstract artsy statement. You don't have to start a podcast. I still write music, make music, produce whatever, but this is so much easier for me. Talking into the microphone, talking to you guys, just telling you what's on my mind or talking about current events. I love it. And I hope you do too. So, we're gonna I gotta take a quick breather, get some water, clear my voice. No commercials today. I don't have the creative, energy due to my loss. So, take a quick break, and we will be back in a minute. It'll be no time at all for you guys. Alright, 1 sec. Okay, we're back. It was only like a 3 to 4 minute break. Did some audio testing, waited for a plane to go by, those types of things. Took a vape hit for Jesus. No, for science, actually, not for Jesus. Jesus isn't here during this pandemic. Oh, God. Am I at a good distance from the mic? I think so. I think I've finally figured that out. You want to know? This is crazy. You don't want to know this, but I'm using a Blue Yeti right now. I can hear you guys going, "Oh, you fucking idiot." Listen, I don't think it's that bad for this. I think it's bad if you're using one Blue Yeti for 2 people, which I've done because I didn't have an audio interface yet. The thing is, I can't get that audio interface to work with the microphone that came with it because it's like a $37 mic. It sounds worse than this. This microphone actually sounds good compared to that. And I'm not even that close to it. Like, if I get really close to it, then I clip. But right here, that's fine, right? But then if I get really close again, welcome back, it clips the mic. So we want to be like right here. Welcome back to the podcast. This is ASMR with Alex. That's me kissing you on the forehead. You like that? Yeah. You're a little bitch. I'm just kidding. Okay. Relationship advice, right? No, I was gonna finish this thing about audio. So I need to get a better microphone before I use the audio interface. Because this other one sounds like shit, but the Blue Yeti is fine for what I'm doing. But once we get a co-host or guests, then we're gonna have to try something new. Okay, so anyways, there are people out there through this crisis that are going through relationship crises as well. So let's go take a look at should we do top posts of today? Okay. My best friend, 21 female, hooked up with my little brother, 18 male. I feel disgusted. I've been friends with Jess for years, since 6th grade. We're like family. We don't even fight anymore like we used to in high school. This is the biggest thing that happened since we liked the same guy in 9th grade. We both live at home and she's always over like spending the night and hanging out with my family. And she's nice to my brother. They make TikTok videos together sometimes. And my little brother is trying to look cute or whatever. Like he started going to the gym and fixing his hair. Whatever, good for him. Jess would say things like, "Wow, look at you got hot," and stuff, and I thought she was teasing him, so I'd laugh and I thought she was being funny. Last night, I went into his room and walked in on them hooking up because he didn't know how to lock his fucking door. I'm so disgusted, like, what's wrong with her? He's a kid, he's still in high school. I think he was a virgin too, which is weird to think about whether my brother's a virgin, but I'm pretty sure he was. And then she had the audacity to ask me if I'm mad at her. Like, I let you come to my house because we're best friends, not so you can fuck my little brother. And he's all smiley and funny during breakfast, like, "Oh, don't be mad because Jess likes me," and making jokes about them getting together. He doesn't even see how weird this is. He just turned 18. He's practically still a kid. He's in high school. He didn't even graduate yet. Hi. I'm Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC. Why don't you have a seat over there? So, what are you doing here? Hooking up with your best friend's, little brother? Am I going to jail? Well, that's not up to me. That's up to them outside. So then, little did Jess know, the police were waiting outside. And I, Chris Hansen, had the big scoop for the Pulitzer. And went home to fuck my wife and mistress in the same night. That's my Chris Hansen. Ah. The post has been locked. Multiple rule-breaking comments. I mean, okay, so you're not gonna like my answer. Okay, she's a bad friend. I will say that. She is a bad friend for hooking up with your brother. It's not illegal, though, because he is 18, so it's fine. That's completely fine. It's just fucked up for her to do that to you as your friend. Like you said, I invited you over as my friend to hang out, not to fuck my brother. That's so weird. But I mean, who knows? Maybe she's got a really hot brother. We don't know for sure. He could just be like I don't know, who's a good-looking guy? Could be like a Andrew Garfield looking dude. You know? How's she gonna pass that up? Here's what I have to say. If he wasn't a man before, he definitely is a man after that. So I think, like, you can't blame him. You can't really blame people for liking each other, but your friend should have maybe, I don't know, talked to you about this. It's a really tough spot. It is. It's a really tough spot. Because she's supposed to be your friend, but she likes the brother likes her. You got two consenting people, and then a third wheel who doesn't like being the third wheel. But it's also just weird. Here's the way I see it. If you don't want to be her friend anymore, then don't be her friend. And that's completely understandable. Nobody will blame you for that. If you want to maybe let them, figure it out, maybe they'll start like something, serious. That, I can't say. It's weird. It's definitely weird. But my my dad was best friends with my mom's brother in high school before dating my mom, and my uncle didn't stop being friends with him, at least until the divorce. But that's different. You have every right to be uncomfortable or mad, because if I were your friend in that situation, I don't care how hot your sibling is, I wouldn't do that to you without asking your permission first, because then otherwise it's just uncomfortable. But that's just me. So this got locked. We can't really help them. This one's just sad. Wait, this one is, oh god. Yeah, this guy needs help. My wife, 31 female, and I, 35 male, were trying to work out our marriage when I discovered she cheated on me. No, let's not do that one. My dad committed suicide. Whoa, okay. Quarantine relationship struggle. How do I respect my boyfriend's boundaries while communicating my frustrations? My long-term girlfriend has a guy best friend that won't stop trying to break us up. Oh, fuck. I'm a 24 male. Girlfriend is 22 female. I've been dating this girl for a few years, and her best friend is this guy from high school that obviously has liked her for a long time. That's not a big deal to me, though, because I trust her and I know she doesn't return those feelings. Here is the issue, though. The dude is constantly trying to break us up, ever since the week we started dating. The even bigger issue is my girlfriend is quick to forgive him and move on immediately, but it's created some pretty big issues for me. I hardly even know him because I've rarely hung out with him by my choice for reasons you'll read below. The guy is friends with both of my girlfriend's parents on Facebook and has, on several occasions, made very long, rage-induced posts about me that then comes back to me through her parents when they ask about things this dude is making up in his rage. He has purposely become good friends with other close friends of my girlfriend's and then will try to convince them I'm abusive and get them to try and help break us up. I know this because one of my girlfriend's friends came up to me one time and showed me the conversations they've had and informed me about his happening with other friends. He has shown up at my house unannounced to spy on me. My landlord has informed me multiple times of this guy lurking around my house when I haven't been home. He almost always has done it when my girlfriend is working, like he thinks he will catch me cheating on her or something. I've wanted to trespass him from the property, but my girlfriend says he is just being protective, talks to him, forgives him, and moves on. He will attempt to blow up any little dispute we have. If I go to bed early from being tired from work, he will try to convince her I'm no longer interested in her. If we disagree on something, he instantly tries getting her to leave me, etc. Usually she ignores it, but on occasion he has really stirred her emotions and made her overreact a bit to things that are absolutely nothing. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm so exhausted. It's so exhausting. I want to tell her not to be friends with him anymore, but that's controlling and not the right answer. She just sees no wrong in him and thinks he is just being protective. Any ideas on what to do? Does she know all of the things that she does, and she sticks up for him, like, oh, that's just him being protective. Why does she care so much about such a shitty person? Ask her that. If you care about this shitty person who has made my life hell for so long more than you care about me, then you go hang out with him. But we're done. That's all you have to say. Here's someone that has the right idea. Your problem isn't with the guy, it's your girlfriend. How does he know you guys have disagreements and or arguments? She's confiding everything in this dude, and he goes around trying to solve all her problems, even creating new ones, because the biggest problem of all in his eyes is you. Your girlfriend needs to kick this guy to the curb now. If she knows he has feelings for her, she shouldn't be friends with him in the first place, as he obviously has no respect for your relationship. But she won't, because she has some sort of weird attachment to him, whether it's liking the attention and adoration he probably showers her with, or he's super manipulative and has had years to convince her he's harmless. Either way, if she won't get rid of him, you should just bounce. This situation will only get worse. Yeah, exactly. Like, do you want to have this toxic human being pulling the puppet strings in your life throughout your relationship and potentially marriage? You got to tell her, listen, you either cut this guy out or you cut me out, because I am not living with this. My ex had a friend like that who actually did break us up. She went to him with her problems, and he liked her the whole time that they went to school together. Of course, he's going to tell her to break up with me, and she listened to him. She cheated on me, then listened to him. Well, I don't know what the order was, but anyways. Oh, we got a New Yorker. Girlfriend is mad at me because I'm not coming over during these times. Coronavirus edition, relationship advice. As we are in quarantine, lockdown, and I live in New York City, my girlfriend is upset that I am not coming over. How am I supposed to feel about this? I think at this point she should understand, but she's not being understanding about it. I've spoken several times about this with her, and she knows what is going on too. Well, yeah, I mean, she knows what's going on. I think, there's a difference between knowing what's going on and what you're feeling about what's going on. But she shouldn't be expressing her frustration with that towards you, because you guys are forced to be in quarantine. Those are just the rules right now. That's not your fault. You can't come over, like, lawfully, or because of what the mayor is saying. We can't social distancing unless you live with the person. Then that's different. Top comment. Tell her to watch the news, look around her, and get a grip. You can call, text, and video chat. People are dying, and if she can't handle not seeing you for a few weeks, which may well be saving lives, then I'd get rid. Sorry if this is harsh. It's such a selfish attitude. I mean, that's better than I would have. It's better than what I would have said. But yeah, she is being selfish. I think she's letting her feelings overtake what is actually necessary. Like, if me and Ashley weren't living together and this crisis was going on, and like we wouldn't be able to see each other for months or however long it's gonna be, I don't know what I'd do. I'd go mental. Yeah, I would go mental. Mental, bruv. I would go mental, bruv. But I wouldn't blame her. I would be upset. I would be sad. I would probably cry for a while because I don't get to see my bubby. But I wouldn't blame her. It's not her fault that this virus is out there killing. Absolutely mental, bruv. So yeah, either she understands that this is a serious crisis, or you have to rethink your relationship. Because this sounds like somebody who doesn't do well in an emergency situation and only thinks about herself. So, oh, I know this one. I know this one. My 18 female, little brother 13 male is apparently unaware of how loud he is when playing with himself, and I want to stop hearing it through our shared wall. Title says it all. His bed is against the wall, and I guess he does it on the bed because it's like 2-3 times a day, and I can hear it bumping against my wall. These walls are paper thin. I usually put on music to drown it out, but it's uncomfortable just hearing it in the first place. It's gotten especially bad since we're both at the house 24/7 due to coronavirus. I didn't even notice it before this. I've been thinking of ways to bring it up with him, but I'm at a loss on how to do it without embarrassing him a lot or making things awkward between us. Should I just knock on my wall whenever he does it so he knows I can hear him? Or would that be too passive-aggressive? Sorry if this sounds dumb, but I really don't know what to say or do to make him stop and also not humiliate him. Yeah, because if you sit him down and go, listen, Billy, I know you're jerking off in there. I can hear it. Stop. Then he might feel really uncomfortable and embarrassed and like, oh shit, like. So yeah, if you just knock on the wall when he's doing that, he'll be like, oh shit, like I'm being too loud. And then he'll find a different place to jerk off or a different position that will not be as loud. I don't think that's dumb. I really don't. I think we all of us with little siblings have been through this. Some of us have said things, others not. Like this one time. No, I'm gonna embarrass him. I can't. Never mind. I just saved you, Jack. I just saved you. Alright, we can do one more. One more. And then I gotta go. My boyfriend thinks my small guilty pleasure is absolutely repulsive. And then in parentheses, lighthearted vibes, y'all. I, 24 female, have been with my 21 male boyfriend since November. And things are going really well. We stay at each other's places a lot. This is by far the healthiest relationship I've been in. Remember, I said this is lighthearted. So everyone has their little guilty pleasures. I'm sure most of us have had a night where you can't sleep, so you end up in front of the fridge in your underwear looking for a little snack. Oh, way too many, sister. My go-to best comfort food of all time is dill pickle spears and string cheese. He has caught me doing this before and is absolutely horrified by this. Maybe because I also drink pickle juice. If he knows I went out and got a little snack, he gets super grossed out. IDK. I've always thought this was a generally normal thing to do, and he swears it's the weirdest shit he's ever seen. So my question is it really that weird? Because I thought this was normal behavior. Disclaimer, this isn't any sort of deal breaker. I'm absolutely unashamed of this and will continue to live my best life, weird or not. Okay, good. Well, yeah, we all have our guilty pleasures. I'll tell you mine. I like to eat like a pat of butter. Like, just like butter, just straight butter. Like a pat of straight butter. But it's got to be like good butter. Yeah, just straight butter. If I'm like really drunk and I see a stick of butter, I'm like, yeah, slice off a piece of that. Also, just slices of American cheese. That's another one. Chocolate, ramen noodles, Funyuns, fruit snacks, yogurt. I love yogurt. We all have our guilty pleasures. I'm sure he has his own. He's the weirdo for not having one, or for being judgy. So no, I guess what the advice you wanted was, is it weird? No, everybody's weird. Everybody has weird things that they like eating. I like plain rice pilaf. Everybody thinks I'm weird for that, but you know what? It's delicious. So, anyways, this has been a good episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening and always being a part of this show. I appreciate all the listeners worldwide. It's been a rough couple of days, and I don't know how this episode is gonna sound when when it comes out, but hopefully they will be returning back to normal soon. And again, thank you so much for being a part of this ride with me. This has been the Short News. I'm Alex Mador, and I'll see you guys in a bonus episode this weekend. Peace.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location. Yes, you want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location. And it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets from Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocation.exp.com/SP56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.